Battletoads. Released in 1991 by Rare, this game has been kicking players' asses for going on 20 years now. I just recently beat it for the first time, and then I recorded myself beating it for the second time. And what did I learn in those two playthroughs? Well, I've learned that this truly is probably the hardest game of all time. What makes this game harder than most games? Well, it's because a lot of the hardest sections in this game are randomized, which means every time you play them, it's going to be different. Most NES games, you can memorize a level layout, memorize enemy placement, and be able to get past it pretty easily, including games like Ninja Gaiden and Star Wars and stuff like that. You can't do that with Battletoads. Battletoads is different every single time you play it. Sure, there are some levels that are, pretty much the same every time you play them, but certain levels like, Volkmeyer's Inferno and Surf City are going to be different every single time you play them. This makes this game extremely difficult. This game was also released in Japan, but it was way easier in Japan. Nobody really knows why it's so much more difficult on the US version. Speculation has been risen supposedly because we had Blockbuster over here, and they wanted to make the game hard so you couldn't beat it in a rental period, but there's no real proof of that. I got through this game and recorded it, and you're about to see that run. Now, this is not going to be a perfect run by any means, as a matter of fact, I pretty much got down to the wire on this one, which means I almost didn't accomplish this run. I got to the last boss, and I literally had one life left, and one hit left, and by some grace of God, I beat the last boss. It's a pretty interesting run. I'm not going to edit out any of the deaths, and I'm going to walk through the entire game with you people, telling you the easiest ways to get past some of the hardest levels in this game. If you've ever wanted to beat Battletoads, well, now's your chance. Let's fucking beat this game's ass. And we're off. Battletoads Level 1. And you don't really need me to tell you how to beat Level 1, because honestly, if you can't beat this level, you should probably just turn the game off, because there's no way in hell you're ever going to be able to beat the later levels in this game if you can't beat this one. It starts off pretty simple. You just, it's basic little beat 'em up level, and really this is the only level in the entire game that's even like this. Sure, there are some beat 'em up segments later on, but this is the only stage that has the double dragon kind of feel to it, where you got to beat enemies to move on. You got to do it in like the turbo tunnel and a few other areas, but it never feels like this. Games like Battletoads and Double Dragon kind of expanded this first level's idea into a full game. But like I said, there's nothing really difficult in this level. That pig right there that just bursted out might hit you a few times, but it's no big deal. Also, don't let these dragon things ever touch you, because they can kill you in one hit. They'll knock you down and then kill you. This level right here is a little bit tricky. You want to knock the first pig off to the left, and there's going to be another pig appear below that one right there. You can just knock it right off the cliff. Also, try to get as many 1-ups as possible. I can't really stress that enough. 1-ups are going to save your life in this game. And as a matter of fact, if I hadn't collected that 1-up right there, I wouldn't have beat the game. Because like I said, this run gets down to the wire. To the point where I didn't actually think I was going to beat the game on this run. I thought I was going to have to do the whole thing over again. But I did, and this boss is pretty easy. You just throw the balls back at it, and it dies pretty quickly. It's pretty easy. Like I said, you don't really need me to tell you how to beat level 1. Can someone please tell me what the fuck a Wookiee hole is? It's got to be the stupidest level name I've ever seen. It's also a pathetically easy level. This is a good level to get some 1-ups in, but I don't really get too many in this run. You can juggle the birds, and I've actually gotten pretty good at it, but for some strange reason on this run, I just did not get very many 1-ups. But it is possible to do. Now, this level, you kind of have to get used to controls. The controls are a little strange, and you have to get used to the wrecking ball techniques, which you get to the right side of the screen, turn into the wrecking ball, and then you can smash every enemy pretty much in one hit. There's really no sticking points in this level, and to be honest, I would enjoy this break, because this is the last really easy level in the entire game. The rest of the game is pretty taxing, so I would enjoy this break. There's nothing really too hard in this level, and you really don't need me to tell you how to beat this level. Once again, if you can't beat this level, go ahead and turn the game off, because you have no chance in beating this game. I do some pretty good bird juggling right there. But I dick off a little bit too much in this level, too, on this run. I get hit a little bit, too many times. Usually I can get through this level without getting hit at all, but it's actually a pretty easy level. And if there's one thing I do hate about the game, it is how you get health. If you just notice, I ate those bugs right there. That's the only way to get health in the game. And it might not seem like a big deal at first, but when you're trying to fight an enemy and all of a sudden your tongue goes out trying to get a bug and trying to get some health, it's going to annoy you, because the only way to collect the health is to use the same button as the attack. So it gets annoying, especially because there's some parts later on where there's like a boss fight, and then there's some bugs right next to the boss fight, and instead of attacking the boss, you'll just harmlessly shoot your tongue out at them, and it's really annoying. But I just did a triple bird smash right there. That was badass, if I do say so. But like I said, I have one hit here, like I dick off way too much in this level, but I make up for it in the next level. And it's kind of hard to juggle the birds right here. Like, there's too many birds and they end up hitting you and you can't really juggle them. But it is possible. Overall, this is just a really boring level. And really, I mean, I don't really like the first two levels of this game. I think, if you're going to make the game as hard as it is, you might as well make every level excruciatingly difficult. And not lie to the fucking gamer in the first beginning levels. But a little sticking point right there with the force fields. But if you stay at the bottom of the screen, you'll be alright. Moving on to the next level. We've arrived at the bullshit that is the third stage. And to be honest, this is actually one of the hardest stages in the entire game, in my opinion. Because there are no tricks or helpful tips that I can really give you on this stage. The only way to get past it is to memorize everything and to get really fast with your fingers and your reflexes. That's the only way to get past it. And that's why it's a sticking point for a lot of people. Because either you get it or you don't. And if you can't get past this level, you're in trouble. Or if you lose a lot of continues and lives on this level, you're in trouble. You want to get past this level with preferably no deaths, although I do die once on this run in this level at the very end. Because no matter how many times you do the hover bike segment, you're never going to perfect it. You're never going to do it 100% every single time, because it's hard as hell. The first segments aren't very hard. The walls come at you pretty slow at first, to get you in the groove of things, but the action ramps up pretty quick. And like I said, there's really not a whole lot I can tell you right here. Just kind of, the only tip that I can really give you is that when you're doing this segment, don't look at your bike. Look at the stuff coming at you, and at the corner of your eye, you can kind of see your bike, and kind of keep your bike out in the corner of your eye. But always look ahead of you and the stuff that's coming ahead of you. If you stare at your bike, you're going to crash. You have to time your jumps, and you have to do a lot of jumps and stuff before the actual object actually appears on screen. For instance, that right there. If you wait till the walls are coming at you in that segment right there, you will die. You have to move before the walls actually start moving. I know it sounds complicated, but you'll get it down if you keep practicing. Like I said, this level is just a stupid, retarded onslaught of fucking madness. And if you watch the Japanese version of the level, it's so much easier, it's going to piss you off. So actually, I don't even suggest that you watch it. It's what this level should have been, because this is just way too hard for the third level of the game. And like I said, this is one of the hardest levels in the entire game. Some of the later levels, there's some tricks that I'm going to show you to get past them. There's nothing I can do with this level. With the ramps, you have to make sure you're lined up with the ramps. The ramps only come in two different locations. Right there, the lower little ramp that I just hit, and they appear up top and they appear in the middle. So really, there's three different ones. And right here, just kind of stay to the left of the screen, hop over them, wait till the two come up right there, and then hop over them. Right here, there's 5 of these. So remember that. And here's the segment that everybody fucking just loves. There's just really not a lot you can do with this segment. You just have to practice it. See? I've done it a million times and I die. It's just, you have to kind of just work the D-pad up and down as fast as you can. In rhythm, and you can't make any mistakes. 3 jumps at the end, and it's over, and we move on to the next level. The Arctic Caverns. I used to have a lot of trouble with this stage, and the past video that I just made recently, the Fuck This Game, I couldn't get past this level. Basically, the only way to get past this level is to memorize it. But there are some tips I can give you. The first tip is that the snowmen can't hurt you unless they either A, throw something at you, or B, punch you in the face. If they punch you, you die in 1 hit, so keep that in mind and kind of stay away from them. But there are some points where you're going to have to get close to them, and there's one point where you're going to have to punch one out before it punches you. Like I said, this whole level is just memorization. If you memorize it, you'll get past it without dying, and I don't die at all in this level. Just keep in mind that the ground is very slick. You slide everywhere, and here's what I was talking about. See? The snowmen cannot hurt you unless they actually hit you with something. This level is designed to just fucking kill you. It's basically divided up in little sections, and every single one is basically an obstacle course. This one right here, make sure that you don't get hit by the ice block when you're killing the snowman. And jump on the ice cube as quickly as possible. And kind of stay in the middle right here, throw the ice cube, and just jump up and down. Now this is harder than it looks because you slide everywhere. Right here, that platform will not come until you get on that little slope right there. Duck that snowball, watch out for the stalactite, go left real quick. Snowman throws a snowball and then throws 2 after that. So time it and get past him. The best way to do it is to jump behind him and kill him because he will never turn around. Right here, the snowballs are in an up and down pattern. Go under the high one, over the low one, you'll get past it. They die in 1 hit. Right here, you're going to feel the need to jump, but don't. Just run up it, go down, watch out for that ice block, jump over. The platform will be right there so you can just jump right on it. Get that one up. It's easy to get. And watch out for these shells. There's 3 of them. But they're pretty easy to dodge. Just watch out for the spikes. Now right here, wait till the ice block comes to you, pick it up, and then go and bring it over to the wall. If you chase after the ice block, that shell right there will kick your ass. So just do it the way I did it and you'll be fine. Jump over that shell right there. If you need health, get those bugs. And right here, a little teeny hop at the end of the slope. Here's the hardest part in the entire level. Boom. Kill that snowman before it punches you in the face, because it will kill you. Right here, you kind of have to get close to the wall, and as soon as you do, these snowballs will come out of nowhere and break down the wall for you. The pattern's pretty simple. Get past it. You shouldn't have any problems. And it's done. Right here, make sure you don't slip off. It's very easy to slip off this platform. And go over here. Now, these walls right here can smash and kill you, so go under them as quickly as possible. They only go up when the shells hit them. This one's even harder. You kind of want to duck under this one. The shell's faster and the wall's lower. Boom, go under it. Take this all the way down. Jump to the right. And that's the end of the Arctic Caverns. Not too hard.